Before we dive into this incredible HFY sci-fi story, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Your support helps bring more epic tales of humanity's courage against the stars. And don't forget, share this video with a friend who loves sci-fi as much as you do. The emergency sirens echoed through the corridors of the Concordia, flagship of the United Planets Galactic Force. Red lights pulsed frantically as the multi-species crew ran back and forth, desperately trying to solve a situation that was rapidly becoming critical. "Report," shouted Commander Zethkar, a 7-foot-tall Altarian whose 4 hands manipulated multiple controls simultaneously. "Cascade failure in primary systems, sir," responded Technical Officer Vexana, a crystalline whose translucent body glowed in stressed orange tones. "Thrusters are offline, life support operating at 60% and declining, and hull integrity is compromised in Sector 7. The Concordia drifted through the vacuum of space, her lights blinking like a desperate beacon in the darkness. On board, representatives of dozens of species, Altarians, crystallines, vegan cetaceans, Andromedans, and many others, worked frantically to save the ship and her 1,500 souls. In the command center, Chief Engineer Koran, a vegan cetacean whose tentacles moved in complex patterns of frustration, emitted a high-pitched sound of despair. "The fusion systems are unstable. If we can't restabilize the reactors in 15 minutes, we'll have an implosion that'll destroy half the ship." "What about other alternatives?" asked Zethkar, his voice maintaining the forced calm of an experienced commander. "We've tried everything, sir," replied Dr. Krenos, the Andromedan Systems Specialist. "Our emergency protocols, crystalline energy restructuring solutions, even organic vegan methods. Nothing works. The systems are in total collapse." That's when a calm voice cut through the chaos. "Excuse me." Everyone turned to see Specialist Sarah Chen, the only human aboard, approaching the main console. She was about 30 years old, average height, wearing the standard Union uniform without any special insignia. To most of the crew, she was just another technician from a minor species that had joined the Union only a few decades ago. "Specialist Chen," said Zethkar, "I appreciate your concern, but our best specialists have already tried conventional solutions," Sarah interrupted, rolling up her sleeves. "Mind if I take a look?" The commander hesitated. Humans were known for their creativity, but this was a situation that required technical precision, not improvisation. "Specialist, the Concordia's systems are built with technology from 7 different civilizations." "I doubt that." "Fine," Sarah said, and though the word was in English with no direct translation to Standard Galactic, everyone recognized the tone. "I'll handle it." She moved to the main console, gently pushing Dr. Krenos aside. Her fingers flew over the holographic controls, accessing systems that even veteran engineers wouldn't dare touch simultaneously. "What is she doing?" whispered Vexana, her crystalline form glowing blue with curiosity and fear. Sarah didn't answer, completely absorbed in her work. Within seconds, she had accessed energy diagrams showing the entire ship's status, her brow furrowed as she analyzed the data. "Ah, I see the problem," she murmured to herself. "You're trying to restabilize the reactors individually, but the issue is in the synchronization matrix. The systems are fighting each other." "Impossible," protested Quoran. "Our safety protocols prevent exactly that." "Your protocols assume each system works perfectly," Sarah replied, still working. "But when you have 7 different technologies trying to coordinate during a cascade failure, they start interpreting emergency signals in different ways." Her hands moved faster, disconnecting and reconnecting systems in a sequence that made the observers hold their breath. In the span of 2 minutes, she had isolated 3 subsystems, rerouted power through auxiliary conduits that didn't even exist in the official manuals, and was reprogramming communication protocols between the reactors. "Specialist Chen," Zethkar's voice was tense. "Radiation levels in the core are rising. If you make a mistake—" "I won't," Sarah said simply without taking her eyes off the controls. "Trust me." She typed a final sequence of commands and pressed her palm against the biometric scanner. For a moment, everything went silent. Even the sirens stopped. Then, like a sleeping giant awakening, the Concordia came back to life. The light stabilized, the familiar hum of life support systems returned, and the displays showed green across all critical quadrants. "Propulsion systems online," reported Vexana, her voice full of admiration. "Life support operating at 100%. Hull integrity completely restored? How?" asked Dr. Krenos. "Sector 7 had structural rupture." Sarah finally stepped away from the controls, wiping her hands on a towel. "I redirected the structural integrity fields from less critical sectors. It's not permanent, but it'll last until we reach the nearest station." The silence that followed was broken only by the sound of systems running normally. All eyes, compound, crystalline, or organic, were fixed on the small human who had saved their lives. "Specialist Chen," said Zethkar slowly. "How did you know that would work?" Sarah shrugged. "Experience. Where I come from, we learn to improvise with what we have. And when you grow up fixing old cars with washing machine parts and extension cords," she smiled. "A spaceship is just a bigger machine." Kuran emitted a sound that could have been laughter or admiration. "Your methods are unorthodox." "They work," Sarah replied. "And that's what matters." When news of the incident spread through the fleet, a new phrase began circulating among the various species. When a human says, "Fine, I'll handle it," you get out of the way and let them work, because apparently what seems impossible to the rest of the galaxy is just Tuesday for a human.